Prismatic evolutions will change the face of Pokemon investing and collecting in 2025, and that's not even the worst prediction in this video. That's right, in today's video we are discussing my top 5 predictions for Pokemon, in particular TCG, in 2025. So happy new year to everyone. I hope you have had a lovely holiday season, had a break, eaten way too much. I know I have, and yes, I will fix the lighting for this, don't you worry. For those in my live stream, before Christmas, you will know that my bulb broke and I still haven't got it fixed. And naturally, it's going to happen just after this video. We're going to get straight into it. And the first prediction on the list is Sword and Shield is going to have its breakout year. But when Scarlet and Violet, I hear you say, thank you for asking. That's really kind of you. Helps the video out just a little bit. What I mean is Sword and Shield, we know it's been out for a while. However, if anyone has noticed anything in the market, it's that the Sword and Shield sets are starting to rise. Now, obviously in 2024, the booster boxes went up because they went out of stock on the Pokemon Center. There's this big thing about it. End of 2023 also happened a bit. 2024, booster boxes starting going up. All of a sudden, no longer just Evolving Skies, it's every booster box. Fusion Strike in particular is going up to like $500. It's like $500. And we can see the point where every single booster box from the Sword and Shield era becomes a $300 to $500 box. We've got Brilliant Stars Rising, Silver Tempest, which was the last set of the Sword and Shield, which stayed on the Pokemon Center for a while. Even that is starting to rise. And because everyone knows and has started to see the rise in the Sword and Shield era, more and more money is being invested into it. And with more and more money being invested into it, well, naturally that means the price rises will keep going. So my first prediction for 2025 is that Sword and Shield, that's right, not Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield will have an amazing year in terms of the market. And I'm interested to find out just how much all the booster boxes will rise. Could we see not just Evolving Skies get to $1,000, could we see other sets get to that 800 mark? Now, genuinely, we could see quite a few booster boxes from the Sword and Shield era get to that $1,000 mark. Maybe not this year, but they will get very close. They will push. And I'd almost say if you had the money, I'd invest in it. But obviously that's not financial advice, it's just my opinion. So yeah, that's right. I'm starting this video talking about Sword and Shield, which is not even recent sets. But that's just how crazy Pokemon is at the moment. Even Sword and Shield is going to gain so much money into it. And I'm here for it because although I came into collecting at the very end, looking back on it, the sets in it are really cool. That you've got the training gallery as well, some of the full arts are really nice in it. So yeah, genuinely an amazing era. I kind of wish I started collecting at the beginning of that, but hey, here we go. Second prediction, Prismatic Evolutions. It's a hot topic at the moment. It is genuinely going to change the face of Pokemon investing and collecting for at least 2025, if not for a while, but not necessarily good. So in case you haven't been paying attention to any other videos or any Pokemon market news, there's a lot going on with Prismatic Evolutions. Lots of pre-orders are being cancelled by certain shops. I think it's more in the US than necessarily in the UK here. I've not heard anything in the UK withdrawing it, but in the US there's a lot of that going on. What's this mean for me and you? Well, clearly the demand is super high. I mean, you could argue it's a bubble, but the Pokemon market is just going up and up. It's absolutely flourishing. There's so much money going into it at the moment. Demand is so high. You then put that with a speciality set, which has the evolutions, which in terms of Pokemon, the EV and the evolutions, some of the biggest, most popular Pokemon in the entire franchise. So naturally, we're going to get to a point where so many people are going to put in pre-orders. However, companies and stores and online stores have kind of guessed what their allocation might be. And clearly allocations are coming in because at the time of recording this, it's a couple of weeks until it's out in the UK, at least for the first couple of products. I won't go into any more detail, but it's been staggered. And if you want to know more about the actual release date, etc., then check out the video in the description because you'll find out all the details in that. Why is that a bad thing? Well, is this going to set a precedent going forward that it's going to be hard to get pre-orders because there's so many people that buying pre-orders. Literally within half an hour on the Pokemon Center, it sold out on pretty much everything, and even all the other stores. As soon as their product became available for pre-order, it went out. Unfortunately, I think a lot of this was scalpers. We all know what my take on scalpers is. It's not great. I don't like it, but unfortunately, it's just part of the hobby. It's part of any sort of collection hobby. But it's also going to affect allocations to stores, and there might be less product available, which inherently, if you don't get a pre-order on the secondary market, is going to increase the price. Pokemon is already an expensive hobby without needing all the prices just to go up and out of reach for most people. And yet that could become the norm all of a sudden, unless, I mean, I know some stores like Target, for example, in the US, and maybe, I don't know, certain products for might be in Sainsbury's in the UK, It's not quite the same, but it's going to be difficult to get hold of this product. Even though it's got several releases throughout the year, that's going to be sold out. And then even more stuff is sold out. And I just feel like what's happening with Prismatic Evolutions is going to carry on over to every set of 2025, especially because we've got some amazing sets coming out. You know, the partner Pokemon, you've got the Team Rocket, you've got the black and white set, plus more. It's in theory the last year of Scarlet and Violet. It's going to have that big climatic end to the Scarlet and Violet era. Essentially, there's no way this is necessarily going to be sustainable, but also it's going to change how everyone views it, how everyone starts collecting, how everyone starts investing, and just how people get hold of product in the first place. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing for the market and for the average collector. I know some people benefit from as always, but that's just part and parcel of it. But I feel like most people, like myself, I will probably lose out. It started happening with Surging Sparks. The only product I've opened was an ETB that my brother got me for Christmas. Other than that, I've not opened any other product for myself. The only stuff I've actually opened that you've seen was on my giveaway stream. And, well, we've got a Pikachu. Yeah, definitely got a Pikachu, so that kind of counts, right? So yeah, Magic Evolution is changing Pokemon investing. And it's the first set of the year, so it will trickle into the rest of it. But it'll be definitely something interesting to keep an eye on as the year goes forward. And naturally, there will be plenty of videos from me on that, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because I'll be going into that and delving into that as we go along, giving my perspective and a little twist on it, obviously being in the UK, because I know sometimes it's slightly different here. In the US, we've seen like all this stuff out of stock, and in the UK, actually, there's a slight delay in that, but that's for another video altogether. A third prediction, now carrying on from sort of the change in the market, is Rip and Ship. So just like Prismatic Evolution is warping the Pokemon market, Rip and Ships are also warping the Pokemon market in a way we've never quite seen before. Rip and Ship, and whether that's people on whatnot, YouTube, and that doing actually the live streams and Rip and Shipping, or it's even just people like me who've got a YouTube channel that is opening product for a video, lots more product is being opened. And I know it's been going on for a couple of years now, but or longer than a couple of years even, but it's the last sort of year in particular where the sort of Rip and Ship style business, so not just me on YouTube, the actual business side of it has kind of exploded. So more and more product is being bought and more of it's being opened. So what's that mean for people like us? Simply put, if more is being opened, the value of the seal stuff goes up quicker. It also means that more product is being bought. So therefore, for the average person, it's harder to get hold of it. Kind of coming back to the whole Prismatic Evolutions here. And the way we think about investing into a set changes depending on how much we think is being opened, and therefore certain cards within that. If more packs are being opened, the chance of opening certain cards becomes bigger, and therefore more cards, the more rarer cards, there's more of them and more in the market as such. Doesn't always affect the prices straight away and sort of sometimes in a vacuum. However, if all of a sudden it gets to a point where this Pikachu EX from Surging Sparks, there's so much of it on the market, because actually there's quite a lot of the cards on the market, prices will still come out. I mean, the floor will still be high, don't get me wrong, but all of a sudden people realize actually that you can get hold of this quite. But yeah, Rip and Ships has sort of warped how, it's not just the Pokemon market, Magic the Gathering starting to sort of see that side of it as well and completely changing that. But Pokemon, yeah, the Rip and Ships kind of exploded. I feel like it's had a good impact on the Pokemon market. It's helped get money into the Pokemon market that we've kind of not seen before. It does obviously come with risk in terms of opening so much, but it does allow also the chance for, say, me to buy something, not necessarily have to open it, only get the hits there. So there's lots of positives to it, but it is warping the card market in general for any sort of card market, whether that's Pokemon, Magic. I don't know if Yu-Gi-Oh does it, for example, One Piece, Lacana. It does change all of a sudden how people want to invest in a set that's being opened or sets or the era, because Scarlet and Violet has been opened ridiculous. But there's not just Scarlet and Violet. All of a sudden, that might have been how it started. Sword and Shield was being opened. And we even get Sun and Moon and Black and White. And all of a sudden, these prices for, I don't know, let's say a Team Rocket. God, hey, there's a Team Rocket set coming out this year. So let's talk about Team Rocket. The booster boxes were already a certain price. All of a sudden, if more and more of that's being opened as vintage, even though the hits in it aren't necessarily going to get your money back, well, the more it's been opened, it makes the ones that are left that haven't been opened even more valuable. So the price goes up even more. And that inflates the market even more. So you can see where I'm going with this. So yeah, so the Rip and Ship is definitely an interesting part of the hobby. It affects different sets differently depending if it's modern or vintage, how much is open, etc., etc. Reprints, you name it. But without it, I do feel that the market wouldn't quite be where we are, but we've also got to be very careful of Rip and Ship, just because there's a chance that it kind of gets out of hand. But prediction is it's going to warp it even more and creates even faster growth and even more job opportunities we're going to see lots more streamers, content creators, whatever you can call them, on whatnot, on TikTok, on YouTube, selling cards, opening cards. And yeah, it's just an interesting business model, but it's going to absolutely thrive in 2025 and get so big. It'd be interesting to look back on this at the end of the year, what numbers come out from. And talking of all these sets, just in general of Pokemon, we come on to my next prediction, and that is in 2025 we have too many good sets coming out that at least one of them is going to flop. What do I mean by this? Well, it's quite simple actually. The hype this year is massive. Already discussed it a little bit, but it's the end of the Scarlet and Violet in theory. We've got Prismatic Evolutions, we've got the partner Pokemon, we've got the Team Rocket, we've got the Black and White, and that's just the ones we know of. Okay, there's still more sets to come out. Yes, there's lots of money going into it. Yes, the demand for every single set's going to be quite high. However, there is no way, or my personally, it's my prediction, there is no way that Pokemon are going to get this right for every single set. And because the bar is so high, right? Coming to 2024, the bar for certain sets in general is down here, gone up and up. You know, Twilight Masquerade definitely brought it up. Sonya Sparks, and all of a sudden now with Prismatic Evolutions, the hype for it's up here, and partner Pokemon Team Rocket is definitely at least at the same level, if not slightly more, maybe for the Team Rocket. Therefore, the expectation is so high that it won't take much for these sets to underperform or underdeliver because of that. And therefore, I feel like there's no way Pokemon are going to get every single set that comes out this year absolutely perfect based on the hype for it. For example, partner Pokemon at the moment looks good from a playability point of view, and that's only based on what's coming out in the Japanese set at the moment. There's more cards coming out. We've got plenty of time for that. But actually, from a collection point of view, from a buying point of view, even from a ship and rip point of view, does it look that great? Is it going to underperform? Or once everything's been revealed, is it going to be perfect? Then we're going to get a Team Rocket set later in the year, and actually, is that going to flop? If we don't get the Rocket Pokemon we want from it, the artwork, etc., is it going to sort of bring homage to the original Team Rocket or not? You've got the Black and White set, sort of the 151 set, but based on Black and White. But if no one cares about the Black and White era at the moment, and that set in particular, because of Evolutions, people still on about Pokemon 151, is it going to be a dud? And I have a feeling one set, at least one set, if not two sets, will be duds this year. That's not because they'll be bad. They could actually be very good. Only problem is that the average person who's in Pokemon at the moment doesn't just want a good set. They want an outstanding set because our expectations are so high. And that's partly due to the market, the money and etc. The Scarlet and Violet era, the artwork in it is absolutely amazing. It's kind of spoiled us a little bit. So again, expectations so high that to me there's at least one if not two sets guaranteed to kind of flop, even though they won't actually be bad sets, just in the context of 2025. My fifth prediction for the year is, this one might not come true, might also be a very personal prediction, and that's nothing to do with my YouTube channel, even though I predict it grows. I'm hoping it grows. Hopefully you join me in that as well. And actually, quick segue onto that, I have started a Discord server. Now again, it's very basic at the moment, very basic. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm not well versed in it, but it is there. Links in the description. Please join it and I will grow it. I'll add stuff to it. There's more servers and chats and stuff going on. I'm adding to it on a day-to-day. We've got code cards for TCG. That'll be a daily thing on there at some point, hopefully by the end of the month. So much going on there, trying to build up community this year. That's my main focus. So yeah, Discord, make sure you are checking out below. So actually my fifth prediction, before I completely lose track of time in this video, because it's way too long as it is Gengar's going to get it set this year. That's right. Now you might say actually it's already had it set. No, we didn't get a secret art rare, and I know that Morty's whatever it is doesn't count. Okay, we got a basic EX of full art. That's not a Gengar set. I will not accept it. You can fight me for it, but this is the year we get a proper Gengar set. We're talking Fusion Strike level. That's right. We're going to get an amazing secret art rare, illustration rare, whatever you call it, this year, and it's going to be stupidly priced. And naturally, I'm going to try and get as many copies as possible because I have a problem collecting Gengar. Who would have thought it watching me on this channel? Who would have thought it? So there we go. That is my fifth prediction. So let me know what you think of my predictions. If you agree with them, disagree with them. But most importantly, let me know down in the comments below what your predictions are for this year, 2025. And at the end of the year, I will go back on this video and all the comments down below, go through them, see who was right, who was wrong, how many Gengar cards we actually get, because we know loads are coming. And as always, I appreciate everyone's support, and I will see you on the next one.